Hi Gems, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nisi G if you're new here, and I am super excited to talk to you guys today about identity. I'm still home in Georgia visiting friends and family for the holidays, but I definitely wanted to speak more about identity work and why it's so important and imperative to your manifestation. Listen, I am not one of those mentors or people that like to consciously create my reality by robotically affirming or doing techniques or any of those things. So I like to teach manifestation from a more like grounded approach. I like for it to be less complicated, okay? And the more that I have practiced embodiment and the more people that I have mentored all over the world, this method, if that's what you want to call it, or this way, just seems to work a lot faster, in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, I've seen some people that robotically affirm, I've seen people do scripting or whatever, and I have also done those things. But my way of manifesting is a little bit more intermediate to advanced versus like the old school, like I just want to manifest a SPS, want to manifest a person. So I just wanted to make that disclaimer there. I get a lot of questions about things like that, and I have a lot of old content on my TikTok page that talks about manifesting a specific person and love and things like that. But for me, I like to manifest things very quickly, and I believe that manifestation is instant and effortless. And so I'm also going to just start posting more on YouTube. And I know that I've said that before, but got a new camera. I'm now back to batching content and just making it easier for you guys over on YouTube. Okay, so what I want you to recognize is identity is going to come first. Okay, we talk a lot about nervous system regulation. I also talk a lot about nervous system regulation. If you're new to my content, I've been a mindset mentor for 4 years, and I've been a master cosmetologist for 19 years, and I'm currently studying to become a nurse practitioner. And I like to study psychology and neuroscience, and I like to use cognitive behavioral therapy to help you understand what you're doing so you can get out of your own way. Okay, so identity is going to come first, and I'm going to make like a series on this, on like how I walk through things with my private one-on-one mentorship mentees in real time. I mean, a lot of people, my dog is in the background, y'all, sorry. And a lot of people ask me, like, Nisi, what's the difference between your old mentorship and the VIP mentorship? And the difference is the VIP private mentorship is you get my real phone number. So you get to text me in real time as you're going through things. So it helps me understand your thought process as you're thinking it. So I don't know, let's say like you're in the store or over the holidays, you're with friends and family and you get triggered or something happens, like you're able to text me in real time and I can walk you through it. It's more personal. It's more personable. It's more personal. It's more one-on-one. And with the old version of mentorship, I'm just seeing you 2 to 3 times a week, but then something can happen and then you don't see me for another 7 days. I have no way of like knowing what's going on with you. So the prices of my mentorship did change because it requires more from me to be able to give to you. I also have my beauty mentorship CEO packages available for those of you that are in the beauty industry, whether you are a nail tech, barber, hairstylist, whatever. So that's going to be the difference. Okay, so identity comes first. And you guys, I do have a French bulldog. She's chewing on her toy. So y'all just, if you hear her, ciao, just let her be. The version of me I choose is what is going to change you, okay? There was a time where I had $511 in my bank account. And I was like, this is not it. Like, your girl is not rocking with this. I want to make more money. I want to be the version of myself that can make $25,000 a week. And to those of the people that saw my TikTok about Brene and how she makes $25,000 a month, I didn't think that was a lot of money, and people were going in on me, and I'm like, but that's just my identity and that's my perspective. And to me, $25,000 a month is just not a lot of money. Was it to me at one point in time? 100%. But when you make that in a course of a week or a day or whatever, then you've been accustomed to making a different amount of money. So it's all perspective, okay? But when I chose Coco, When I chose to change my identity and say, I'm going to make more money than I ever have before, I started out, I had $511 in my bank account, okay? This is real story. And I said, I am now the version of myself that makes at least $10,000 a week, okay? At least. I was able, just from passive income alone, not even like private mentorship or anything, just passive income from my workbooks, nervous system regulation e-guide, all of the things. I ended up making $45,000 that month alone. Okay. And you guys, I am not home. Otherwise, I would like to edit and put that in the video and let you guys see that in real time. But I was like, oh my God, okay, this is the version of myself that I'm choosing to identify as. People ask me constantly, how do I change my identity then? Like, what do I do? How do I go about doing this? Do I need to go and convince my subconscious mind? No. You need to starve your ego and feed the identity only. This is the only thing that you need to do. And I mean by any means necessary, you guys, okay? What that might look like is you might get a thought. What if I don't get any sales? What if no one comes and gets their hair done? What if I don't get a paycheck? Especially for the people who work like W-2 jobs where they're employees for somebody else. People get so frustrated with me. And I'm like, if you go and get still and you shift your identity, all of those circumstances don't freaking matter. They do not matter. The fact that you have a W-2 job, the fact that you're a 1099 independent contractor, you don't have any work, whatever, those are circumstances, and you should already know that circumstances do not matter. Nothing is too big for God, for the source that you come from, right? Nothing. And for those of you that might be new to my content, I was raised Baptist Christian, and I do like to teach a manifestation from the Bible because I believe that the Bible is just a manuscript on teaching you how to properly manifest and consciously create, okay? So nothing is too big for God to handle. Nothing is too big for your higher self. Nothing is too big. Stop. You're worried about the how. Focus on the identity, okay? When you are feeding your identity, that's going to look like, how am I going to walk and talk and breathe and move and be throughout my day? Honestly, truly. If you have to stop and ask yourself before you make a decision, am I making this choice based off of the version of myself that I say that I am? Or am I making this choice based off of the version of me that I no longer wish to be? This is where you have to get real with yourself. I have manifestation clients all over the world that are in my coaching program. And I get asked constantly by them, well, how do I know what's ego and how do I know what's identity? How do I get real with myself? And that's where I come in. You know, I do check them like, you know, this is, you need validation. You only want to hook up with this guy because it makes you feel good. You only want to do this because of XYZ. Like, and I just call them out in real time. But if you are someone that is not in mentorship and you need to learn how to call yourself out, look at the things that trigger you. When you react to these triggers, just like on my TikTok, when I make the video about conditioned stimulus, if you are unfamiliar with what a conditioned stimulus is, your conditioned stimuli are just things that are going to trigger you in your 3D reality based off of old programming, based off of you deeming it some sort of level of importance, and it's just not anymore, okay? It could be as easy as a family member triggering you. That happened to me over Christmas break. Like, my sister really triggered me, and the way that I responded, I'm like, okay, I've got to respond differently in order to get a different outcome, okay? So whenever you are feeding the new identity and starving the ego, you have to be at a crossroads with everything that you decide to do. If I respond this way, how am I showing up? If I respond this way, what does this mean? Sorry, you guys, the lighting in my Airbnb like flickers, and so it's crazy. At first I was like, is the place haunted, child? But just ignore the lighting. I've got to get this video out. Okay, so am I making a decision based off of the new identity, or am I making a decision based off of who I am in the past? If you're manifesting a car and you want a Cadillac Escalade, but you are driving a Honda Civic, instead of feeling that H emblem on your steering wheel, feel the Cadillac emblem instead. Imagine the little greenery at the bottom, the emblem and how it feels. Like picture it in your mind and feel it and stay there and tell yourself in real time, I love my Cadillac Escalade. I love the color. Oh my God, I love my car so much. Even though you're getting in this Honda that you really don't even want. Okay. For those of you that are getting up, going to work every day to a job that you don't like, imagine that you are in your dream job. What is your dream job? Write this stuff down and then go and embody the version of you that has that dream job. How do you do that? Well, you have to starve your ego and feed your identity. So you're not going to be worried about what Lisa over there in HR is doing or what Brittany is doing over here in sales. You're only fixated and worried about yourself, and you are pretending in your mind every day that I am now at this dream job. You guys, I am not joking. This shit is not a game. It is not a joke. The more you do this, the easier it will become. So much so that when your manifestation comes into fruition, you're not even going to, recognize that you've just been embodying or acting all day, right? For the past several days. Same thing happened with me when I was manifesting my relationship. Like I would talk to myself in my head, like, okay, he doesn't eat this. I have to make sure that this onion tastes like this. I got to make sure that this chicken is cut up this way. He doesn't like this sauce. He likes this sauce. Like talking to myself in real time as if it had already happened. Because manifestation is instant. The moment that you think of what it is that you desire, it means that it's there. It exists in the quantum field. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this often when he says that it exists in the quantum realm of possibility. How do you collapse it into your 3D reality is by embodying it, embracing it, and welcoming it. People who like to robotically affirm aren't necessarily wrong, but for me, that just takes too long. I would much rather just be the version of myself that already has it. Things come a lot quicker and faster for me. I also have a belief that nothing happens longer than 3 days. Like it doesn't take longer than 3 days for something to manifest, okay? Your identity is going to create your physical 3D reality. Your personality is what is shaping your identity. So if you're someone who doesn't get up at 6 a.m. to go to the gym, but you want to be fit, you have to make these sacrifices. These sacrifices are what's going to starve your ego and feed your identity, okay? When you start to do this, I want to just pre-warn you that you're going to feel a lot of feelings that you might not know how to name. That might feel something similar to anxiety, but it's just expansion. That might feel something like impatience, but that's just you being ready for what it is that you are creating to come into fruition for you. So you're going to feel a lot of things that you might not know how to name or how to like navigate through them. And your old self has to no longer be an option. If old you would lay in the bed and sleep and go to the gym in the afternoon, knowing you've got 11 million things to do, switch it up. Start to go to bed early and wake up early. Become a 5 a.m. girly. Literally, people say, well, I don't know how to do that. That's where you have to just shut the fuck up and stay dedicated to the new identity by any means necessary, okay? By any means necessary. If this video resonated with you, please drop a gem in the comments. Let me know of some other topics that you guys want me to cover. If you're struggling with anything, you can head over to platinumgang.store where I have my private mentorship and my manifestation plans if you would rather do it at your own pace. Hope this helps. I'll see you guys in the next one.